Hi everybody, I thought I'd do a quick video in my car because it seems to be the only place that I can get a bit of peace and quiet. But I haven't done a little update for a while actually. And I've just been to yoga, a fitness yoga, so I'm feeling pretty energized and really good. So I've been asked to speak to you about mindset and thinking back to when I first started my journey and how I changed my mindset from old beliefs to how I think now. And now I've had to stop and actually think about it. It's quite warm with the sunshine in here, so one moment. Yeah, thinking about it, it's quite a huge thing to be changing the thought patterns that keep us in a certain way. So when I think back to how I was when I was poorly and with ME or CFS and fibromyalgia, 22.5 stone, not being able to move functionally or just do everyday things that I no longer think about, my focus was extremely different. I don't really want to hang up on that specific what was going through my mind, because for everybody it's very different. The most simplest way of explaining how I changed my mindset is that I began a morning routine, no matter how I felt. So I could still be feeling pain, or I could be feeling sad or frustrated or angry or all these negative emotions, but I had to push through those. And the way I did that was to focus on very small things. So to have thoughts of gratitude every morning, and even if I felt that I had nothing to be thankful for, that I had to find a very small thing. So on the days where I still couldn't physically move, or I was very, very tired and I really had to just go with it, I'd be laying in my bed, but my curtains would be open and I'd be very thankful for the warm sunshine coming through the window and brightening my room. Now that's such a small thing, but it stopped all the thought patterns of I'm laying here, I can't get up, I'm feeling rubbish, I'm hurting everywhere, because I was really just enjoying the warmth. The warmth was quite comforting, and I'm actually, as I'm talking about the warmth of the sunshine, I'm getting it in the car. It's really, really comforting that sunshine is coming through, and yeah, look, I'm smiling. and that is as simple as it gets. Those thoughts, you build on them. So every day I would have something for myself that I was thankful for or grateful for, something that I was thankful for with my friends and family in my local circle, and I'd be thankful for something for the world that we live in and further afield. And that could be anything. And for those of you who are friends on my Facebook, you might want to go back to July 15. You might find some of those posts. But I would post it so that I was committed to those feelings and I could look back on them. It was recording them. And that then started my day with positive, it's not as simple as positive. It just changed my being for that day, and starting with a smile. I also practiced a simple breathing technique, which again was very cleansing. It also helped start my lymph system pumping. So Tony Robbins practices this particular breathing technique, and you could probably Google it or find it on YouTube. A simple technique of 4 short breaths in, so and then 4 out. And you can do this if you're like I was, incapacitated. You can do this sat in your chair, sat upright, taking note of your posture, getting it left chested lifted, shoulders broadened and down, and finding your neutral spine. Just to think about yourself and check in, you can just do that sat initially, and then I progress that with a rebounding action. So a rebounding action is just a small bounce, so you're doing this action, and it's similar to not a full bounce on a trampoline, but just your feet pointed just off the trampoline, so you're just bringing this motion. So if you have got trampoline, you can rebound on the trampoline and do the breathing technique with that. Or I had a big gym ball, Pilates ball, some people might know. I had the largest one that you can find, because back then I was rather large, and I sat on this ball, held on for dear life to the back of a chair just to steady me, because my balance wasn't very good back then, and also I had up against a window ledge I could hang on just to steady me, and then just to do that steady bouncing action with the breathing technique. So those 2 things, gratitude and breathing technique, every morning, and this gave me a focus and a purpose, and this in turn started to change my mindset. My mindset started to change, that I was feeling better in myself. I felt better about myself. I started to believe that I could change the way that I was worth that change, and from those thoughts, I began to have less pain, less discomfort. I began to move around a bit more, so I was able to walk a bit more. And the progression was slow, but no less it was a progression, and it was just to keep building on that. For more descriptions, because this feels like an absolute age ago. This was July 2015 that I started this. I blogged some of it so that I didn't lose those feelings and thoughts and that process. So if you want an in-depth description, an honest description, I have blogged how I was back then. However, I am still on my journey, very much so, and I still, as I have progressed and started to introduce new things into my life, so I've been back in work, increased my hours, introduced studying, doing more with the family. Every day still has a lot of challenges and things that might disrupt my thought patterns and make me feel vulnerable again. So I just revert back to that simple breathing technique, gratitude. Sometimes I will post still on Facebook just to check in that I'm grateful, and just to take it back to where I was, and to remember how far I've come and what I've achieved, and just to keep this process of growth and success alive, really. That even though I might still have a crappy day, or I might have a cold, which I have done recently, that it doesn't matter. It's normal, but you can still progress. You can still grow. It's not failure. So this week I've had a challenging week. It's been challenging at work. It's been challenging getting some study done. It's been challenging to have time to come out and exercise for myself. It's been challenging to start the family preparations for Christmas. So it's, there's quite a lot of outside stresses, coming in, and they feel like they're coming from every angle. And sometimes you just need to check in and feel grateful for the small things that are very much part of our everyday lives. So I'm very grateful that I have a roof over my head, that we have a great family network and a great network of friends that are very supportive and keeping that connection as well. I'm very grateful for all of that. They're the people who are very important in my life, and I love them to bits, and I wouldn't have been able to have been the success that I am on my journey without those people in place. So I'm forever grateful for them. And that is what keeps me going. That is the bit that keeps my mindset on track, in the right place. And I can't tell you for a minute that it's easy having a different mindset. It's not. But the emphasis is on having the confidence to keep going, and the belief that you can succeed, and every small success, no matter what that success is, it can be as simple as I've got myself out of bed today. And in the early days, that's as simple as it was. Or I've got up and I've made myself some food, nourishing food today. No matter what simple success you've had in the day, celebrate it, because each success is important in your journey. Stay focused, believe in yourself, and you'll achieve anything, absolutely anything you put your mind to. That's all for now. That's today's thoughts, and good luck.